drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler?
What's up, everybody? Circle of Mania is back again with Dishonored. And we are at the Hound Pit's Pub. Yes, that. Yeah. Should we... No, let's just go... I think we get our shit here, so let's go do that. Ah! I don't know if there's anything to explore yet anyway, really. Well, there is. Let's go. Fuck it, let's go explore. Wandering around. I don't know where anything's at yet. I know there's shit over here, I just don't think we can get it yet. So, let's check. No, I don't have that yet. Yeah, but you actually... So, I actually realized... I don't even remember what... I was looking at something. Oh, I was checking something to see why my game was doing something. And I found out I missed a chest in the first level. Like, remember when I went in the water, I was like, you better explore around and make sure you get everything. There's totally a chest right down there. With like 100 money in it, so... Yeah, you should probably explore more thoroughly than I do.
I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here.
Oh, yep. Okay, so whatever. Let's go deal with this stuff.
Starting at last, Admiral.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's Pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with you. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are our two buddies.
He's going to be crafting the
Ooh, mission clues. Yeah, so Piero's inventor is available to craft and upgrade. Yeah, okay, I already know that. So yeah, he gives us like the upgrades and stuff. I think he's the only one that sells them. You can find them in the world, but I know. Yeah. Also, you can loot a bunch of shit here, because you know, just because you live here doesn't mean you shouldn't get to steal all the shit and sell it. Dun dun dun. Where's this? I have no idea. Don't remember the area at all. It's been a while. Oh, here we go. Piero. He's basically like Sokolov, but ours.
And gear, all custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
It's pretty cool. He gives us some good shit.
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible chance.
Use the vice, that's good. Oh, we could help him, or we could read a book. A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Pierrot's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest, for you see Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants and the key ingredients making up Pierrot's remedy ensure that it works through the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless, blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. So, yeah, he doesn't like Sokolov, and they kind of like feud. Pierrot, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tiverian ore. What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers. If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid up for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need these things, go out and scavenge them yourself. Half of the city's in ruins, so no one's going to miss out on any of the odd crap you seem to need. So yeah, I think that's basically explaining why we can grab all the shit randomly around. Like, I guess he needs it all, so I guess we're assuming that we pick it up. Yes, open that. Nothing? Nothing. Okay. Open another book. Dead Counter Responsibilities, excerpt from Manual on New City Watch Procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the Dead Counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any Dead Counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in the common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted for the 2-week training tour, pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. So yeah, that's like, I guess that's a new position. Failed experiments. Lots of reading. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Pierrot Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve on Sokolov's elixir, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he's cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. So yeah, he's pretty self-conscious. And yeah, him and Sokolov, I guess, were, well, from what that says, we're like the Academy, I assume, is like a scientific school type thing. I don't know. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, I don't know, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 feet, I think that's feet, in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assume she filtered food from the water that's too small to be chewed. So the whales, they hunt the shit out of the whales, because whale oil is real important in this world. Yeah, they hunt them, it's real important, blah blah blah. And apparently they have teeth and bristles. Except from the founder of the Greaves, Greaves? By Ebenezer, I'm going to go with Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moon and bellow for some time as the men get them to the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding above. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Yeah, so I do remember that. Something in this one, they I believe, like the whale oil, you get more of it or better whale oil if the whale's still alive. So they kind of like slowly kill them and cut shit off them. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regards to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling. Once refilling is complete, it can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the tanks. They're quite unstable. Okay, yeah, so that's just telling us how to use this. So, we already have one, but you actually, so, wait, oh, I thought it was going to blow up. So yeah, basically you would take one, an empty one, and then you just kind of go to these things and then do that, and then you have a full tank. So, I think we can use that throughout, I think there's dispensers throughout the game we can use, so we'll keep an eye out for those.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Da da da.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole.
You're welcome, Piero. No problem.
Here, see? The assassin's mask.
I see.
You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face. But this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Some lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Yeah, so there's he's telling us. So you, anytime you're here, you can come talk to him, and we can buy all kinds of good stuff from him. So you can buy ammo for everything, which we will get more sleep bolts probably. How many can we buy? Yeah, we'll just buy all those because we'll need them. We probably shouldn't. Circuitry. Maybe I don't know if I want to buy one of those yet. We'll see what else we have. You buy upgrades to all your stuff. That one is possibly one we'll buy right now. Makes the sleep dart immediate. That's pretty huge. And then you have these ones, mask optics, which lets you zoom in, which is pretty cool. You can carry more of everything. And then bone charm capacity. I think we can carry one right now. We could buy, yeah, we'll buy that now because we'll need that. And then we can also buy the, oh, we can't. It's 600. Okay, that's fine. We'll buy nothing right now. We'll just leave it because we have 10. That should be fine for now. Yeah. Yeah, so we can come to him anytime we're in the pub area. Like, this is kind of like the hub world. Like, in between missions, I think we always come back here, except for very rare occasions. So you'll be back here. Yeah, let's look around a little bit first.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything.
So usually, as we're playing through the last that, if you click the other one, it'll just tell you to, oh, can't go in there. It'll tell you you can either go to bed and basically just skip to the next section or not. I believe we can explore the pub a little bit. So let's go do that and see if we can find any lovely collectibles.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of it.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Nope. Not that old, thank you. The Gaffer's Tale. After more than a quarter of a century, I'm done with whaling. Too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest corners, or loneliest waters you can imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandesia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a pair of good boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleaze we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. Helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of that mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Okay, let's close that. Oh, money, someone's left their money laying about. No, okay. I thought we were going to get to go in there. Does that heal me? No, it just turns on. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction, The Shadow on Bitter Leaf. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned a blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now it is your turn to be mended. Okay. The Young Prince of Tivia. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clothe so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the young man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Then Prince Calasar, smiling coyly and reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my, Calasar, your skin is so warm, it burns. So I think he's gonna rape him? That's all I assume that's a rape. So, that's fun. Oh, nom. Oh, litany on the White Cliff. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes and far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. So yeah, the outsider, we've heard a couple mentions of him. We don't know what he is yet. I mean, I do, because I've played this game in the past, but I won't spoil that for you. We'll meet him soon enough. Or meet him, learn about him, I guess. That's a song. I'm not going to sing this song. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't want to burn your ears out. Is this our room? No, this is just... No, what's down here? Ah, right. This is... I think this is Havelock's place? Mine now. I'm sure he won't mind us stealing all of his shit. Ah, there's the first part of A Gaffer's Tale. So we read the other part, where he was sad. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance. We spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dreams. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done. Oh, where I lost my own ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I'm assuming the gaffer is like the captain? I don't know shit about whaling, so... I'm gonna go with that's the captain of the ship. I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beast up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirits so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy having found my purpose. So yeah, apparently, I guess that's kind of cool. So now, we read the other half first, which I guess we shouldn't have done, but now we know that he basically fucking hated that. Might know. He thought it was great, and then as he got old, he's like, wait, holy shit, we're killing a shit ton of whales. Admiralty and the Fleet. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the isles is some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchering and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehousing companies, such as the Graves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. So that I think that's coming from like the view, like it's a book on naval history. So I'm assuming that's like it was written by someone in the trade, because it casts a pretty positive light on butchering the shit out of whales. Like they're proud, they're like proud that they can kill the whales on the way. I take these? No? Okay. Oh, another. Oh, we already read Gaffer's Tale Part 2. Don't need to read that again. Let's see. It's been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They've not returned. Oh, this is Havelock log entry number 1. So I think these pop up throughout the game, so we'll be sure to come back here and check them. They have not returned, so I can only hope they succeed in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as a dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. So, Havelock, despite what he says, clearly doesn't think we're that great, I guess.
Log entry 1-4. Seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb.
Okay.
Off.
Oh.
Switch. Switch me the hell of them.
Okay. So, yeah, and if you haven't noticed, we're going to be reading pretty much everything and listening to everything we can find, just to kind of piece together the backstory of the game. Because, I mean, what's the point otherwise? Like, they crafted all this stuff. What's the point in not doing any of it? Before we continue, I want to leave those doors closed. I actually want to go back outside, because when we read that... when we read that, or listened to that audio log, I remembered that we didn't listen to one that was up here. I think there was one up here, wasn't there? Yeah, okay. See what this is.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances developed. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Okay, so now we know that Piero wants to fucking, I guess, put some dude in a thing forever and see if he doesn't die, basically? I don't know. Yeah, everyone's kind of crazy. Him and Sokolov, they're both kind of fucking psychopaths. But at least this one's helping us. Sokolov is not so much. There's in here. Blah, blah, blah. So we'll go this way, explore what's in here. This is another bedroom. Cool. Oh. Yep, sell that shit. Oh, this is Pendleton's room. And while he's here, we might as well take all of his shit while he's not paying attention. Anything in here? Oh, yep, goodbye. Listen to his thing.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which, Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
So there we're getting a little backstory on our buddy Pendleton. You know, typical rich dude, so. Do you have anything to tell us?
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo.
No, not really. Okay.
I saw you at court in...
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck you.
But you might not remember.
What's over
I
here?
was once a close ally to the Lord Regent.
Yes, yes, yes. What's down here? Where am I? Oh, is this just the entrance? It is. Okay. What's down here? I have no idea. Exploration. Oh, okay. We can't go in there yet. Soon we'll be here later. Oh, please climb. There we go. That was interesting. Who are you? Wallace. Talk to me. Who are you?
Please follow me to your quarters.
Oh, okay. So this is where we came from. We went down there. I'm assuming we're just... Our room's the only one up here. Anything to collect? No, not really. That is a good door. Dun dun dun. Okay. No, nothing. Sweet. And yeah, this is our room. I don't know if there's ever really anything important going on in here. I can't quite remember. Like, I don't know if we have anything. Oh, we have some medicinal herbs.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall.
We have a door that lets us go outside, to the outside area type place.
For the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed.
Okay, I think we've done. I think we'll go ahead and hit them.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy.
Thank you.
I understand you'll need your rest.
Yes, I will. Get the fuck out of here.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did. It's my room. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, sorry for the lack of progress, which this is kind of like a backstory-ish episode, I guess. In the next episode, we'll go to sleep and see what the day will bring us. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Later.